call this meeting to order.
All right.
12:01 or something. I don't know.
At 12:01. All right.
So do we start with approval of the agenda or a roll call?
Roll call. So, let's see. We're going to go with, we're going to bottom up this time. Charlotte Jones.
I am here.
Dan Sugg.
Present.
Pam Schermeyer.
Here.
Fred Prime is not here. Scott McKee.
Yes.
Mary Garrett. Brian Ford.
Present.
Bobby Lovin.
Present.
All right. There we go.
Okay.
Vice Chair, you have a quorum.
Thank you. Can we
Oh,
vote on approving last month's minutes?
Approval of the agenda.
Approval of the agenda. I thought we were minutes first. And I
No.
just, my computer's just blank.
Somebody grab
So-
him a copy of the agenda.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you
The
go.
chair should have the agenda.
Yeah,
Excellent.
the
I'll
chair
make
should
the
have.
motion to approve the agenda. I'll second that.
Okay.
Having thoroughly reviewed it. Yeah.
Yes. Thanks for stepping up.
Get this thing rolling.
All right.
You and me, Scott.
Chief first, second by
All in favor?
Board Levens. All in favor?
Aye. All right. Now we're to the minutes.
Okay, is there a motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting?
A motion to approve the minutes.
First by
Second.
Member Levens, second by Councilmember Schermeyer, or Board Member Schermeyer. Is there support?
Oh, yeah. No, it was Charlotte and then Pam.
Okay, I'm
All
sorry.
is this for the September meeting? Do we have to do both?
I would
I think-
Combine them?
because they're presented that way on
First.
the agenda.
Okay.
September and October's.
Yes.
September's board meeting and October's city council special joint meeting.
Yes. All right. So we've got motion support. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right. Excellent. You guys are cruising. All right. Financial review.
Financial review.
We still haven't received our audit yet. Our audit has not come in yet, so we are still waiting on that. It won't be presented to the council until November 28th, so I really don't have any updates. Everything seems to be going pretty good. You can see that in October, we started moving some of your TIFA money and your tax collection money over from taxes, so we'll continue to do that.
I
And
thought it said 0. Was I
that was
reading?
September.
That
You
was-
got September and October reports both.
Oh, I see.
So, and in October, I started moving some money over, so.
And what page is that on?
Page 4B on the revenue expense report. You see it?
Yeah.
Okay. And there's really nothing else to report, so still in good financial shape.
Yeah, very healthy.
Are there any questions regarding the financials?
Here's a dumb question. On the same page,
Okay.
when I was reading this, I noticed, I don't remember now where it was. It's like in the first or second page. It's like 17, then you go to the next page, it's 18. So it's off just a little bit. But here's an example. And it's probably yours truly reading it. So it's 1,613,000. But then when you drop down, total fund balance 1,611. So it's just like a couple of bucks. Why are they off by a couple of bucks?
Well, one is 2021 and one is 2022. Is that what you're looking at on the
No.
4B?
What about 4A? You're looking at 4A.
I'm looking at 4A. Right, so you want us in the right-hand column. Right, so it's 607 in this case versus 611. And one is total assets, and the other is the fund balance. Wouldn't they be the same?
No. No, because you have to add your liabilities in.
To the fund balance.
Yeah, total liabilities. Okay.
So your total fund balance would be up above it. It's 1 million. Well, this is, I'm looking at September here, but it's 1 million.
Oh, that's how it gets to the 607.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
'Cause then you
okay.
have to take
that
some
I
things-
can get my head around.
Okay. And that's September. Then you go into December, it's going to be different even.
Sure, sure.
Any other questions?
No.
Not a lot, right?
Brings us to committee reports.
Oh, wait.
No, we have to make,
motion
I'll make
to
a
receive.
motion
Oh.
to file and
I'm sorry.
receive.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Is there support?
Aye.
All
Aye.
in favor, aye.
Aye. Dan, you're much better at this than me.
You, yeah, not necessarily. He's just had a little bit more practice. That's all.
That brings us to committee reports.
That does bring us to committee reports. And I'm going to keep it really short and say that Brittany's been kicking butt she kicked butt on those October events.
Where'd you go?
Britt, are you still back there? Yes. You want to come over here and give us the rundown of the October events?
Sure.
Here, have a seat.
How's everyone doing?
Good,
Good.
good, good, good.
So the biggest event that we did was obviously the trunk or treat.
Oh.
Very, very good turnout for the trunk or treat. I would say 300 plus people.
Oh.
We had to do a store run for candy, a second
Really?
store run for candy. Susie got a ton of candy from Costco and it wasn't enough. So that's a good thing. The biggest hit was the costume contest, which got the residents involved. They really, really enjoyed that. We had a crowd under the pavilion. We got some good video. We had the house decorating contest. We had about 7 entries for that. I'm thinking we could do better next year when more people know about it.
Sure.
Other than that,
Was it the same winner as last year?
No.
Really?
No, it was not Pete Truza. It was actually Connie and Brandon who had a really nice setup, and then we had first, second, third place. So we had multiple winners, which we'll do again next year. Also, we had bounce houses, which was perfect. The weather held off just long enough for that. So we'll probably do a similar event every year because I think people are going to start looking forward to that. We did, what else did we do in October?
Can we go back to the house?
The house decorating?
Contest?
Sure.
We thought about doing a Christmas one or a holiday one? Holiday spirit one?
So the only issue with that is I'm trying to appropriately work in my designated position. Put it to you like that. That's a Parks and Rec thing.
Okay,
So
right.
Gotcha.
if it's to be done, I would have no problem helping out
Because
with
that's
that.
residential.
Exactly.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Yeah, but I would love to do it. I
How
think
about a
that'd be
business
great.
I was just
decorating?
going to say that same thing.
We can certainly do business
could.
decorating.
We could.
We
Those-
did. We were kind of late with that thought process for like the Halloween decorations. So I think next year, when we get to this. Hello.
Hello there. Okay, cheers.
Yeah, sure. We are. I think we're gonna do. We'll add to the Halloween trunk or treat and have the contest with the businesses as well.
Yeah.
I think that'll be.
Yeah.
I think that'll be a big hit.
But for the costume contest for Halloween, was it for children only or children and
No,
adults?
anyone. Yeah, we had adults. We had a family
Nice.
actually into the contest, so it's kids, adults, everyone's invited.
Sure.
The block party.
Well, yes.
So the block party was also a very successful event. That was a collaborative effort. Boys to Men partnered up with Logos, who partnered up with the DDA, who partnered up with everyone else who was willing to help, and it turned into a really, really big, really, really nice event.
How many attended on that?
I want to say 400 plus.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was really
Wow.
nice. We had cider and donuts. We had Moneyball, who is the CEO of Moneyball, set up his table. He is a business owner in Southfield. So he actually has a store in Southfield and Lansing.
And opening another one.
And is opening another one, right? Good point.
I'm a brand ambassador now.
Yep. See?
I don't have it on, but
So we had about, I want to say 5 to 8 vendors at that event, and like I said, it was 400 plus people. We had food, drinks, donuts, cider. That was the biggest hit. Everybody wanted cider and donuts. The other event we did outside of the block party and outside of Trunk or Treat was Seniors and Cider. And that was something where I was literally sitting in my office and I was like, we should take the seniors to the cider mill. See if they wanted to come.
And these are the seniors that we did with the Adopt-A program, or the Adopt-A senior program with the police,
Correct.
the ones that we were helping out all summer.
Yep. And
But
then
then is that a parks thing then too, guys?
essentially, yes.
that
As
one.
far as the business aspect, I developed a really good relationship with the owner of the cider mill. So, as far as business, we will have things where we will need Franklin Cider Mill for DDA stuff.
What's
but
the
that was
age
more
for the
so Parks and
seniors?
Rec,
Sorry.
65 plus. Yeah. And
It
the
was
senior.
asked during council.
I'm sure. I'm sure. I did ask, I have talked to the police clerk about, like, do we want to expand any of this? And I know the Adopt-A Senior program is, I mean, they're kind of maxed out for capacity with, you know, the officers, because there's way more that the PD does with these seniors that are part of their Adopt-A Senior program. So they're kind of maxed out on capacity for that. And just,
And part of our limitation is, with the adopted seniors, is that they don't have any other family members in the area. We could add a lot of seniors to our program, but they have children or family members that check on them. We really are specific
That's nice.
where they don't have anyone to rely on, so then we go in and try to do what we can for them.
so the community and economic development is going to be working on a bigger senior thing that encompasses those seniors and anyone else. But I haven't figured out those details yet. So
Yeah,
sorry about
we're-
that.
No, you're fine. We're getting a ton of attention from the seniors now because we've extended some serious efforts. Last summer was a big deal. Once they saw us, it's about seeing people who actually want to help and do things for you. So now we have about 30 people who've RSVP'd for the luncheon that's next week, which was another thing that was last minute, where Jalen literally was like, hey, I want to do something for the seniors. Can you help out with that? We made it happen, and we're almost maxed out with the RSVP because they're starting to realize that we want to do things. They're comfortable with our efforts, and I think that we need to keep that upward trajectory, interacting with the seniors, the businesses. Even the businesses. Yesterday, I drove up and down Southfield for 2 hours and went in and passed out shop small things for the businesses. And they're like, what is the DDA? This is still ongoing thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't understand what it is. So Susie and I are trying to figure out a way to put it kind of in layman's terms for people when we actually explain what the DDA does. They're down. They're like, okay, well, here's my social media. Here's how you get in contact with me. Help us promote for the business. Here are my flyers. Here are my business cards. I have a box of business cards and flyers now because they saw me come in there and ask them for things. So I think we're doing a good job as far as getting familiar with the businesses and the residents and the seniors specifically this year.
And this, oh, go ahead.
To Dan's question about the holiday decorating, if we did get the businesses involved in that, are there any code things with the lights? Because I remember Kebab did the LED lights and we didn't like that. You know, that was against
Yeah, that's against
I don't
our
know.
ordinance. But
ordinance, I guess, yeah.
those are holiday lights are different than the string lights that businesses tend to want to
Yeah,
put
in the
up,
window
right?
framing,
In the
yeah.
windows. That's considered a permanent lighting source. And so there's a whole lot of, you can't see the source of this.
Yeah.
So holiday lights would be
They
fine.
go up and they come down.
Yeah.
That's the difference,
Yeah.
Well, I think as a DDA, we should encourage our businesses to do that.
Yeah.
For sure
I think
this
that's
year.
a great idea.
We have enough lights at Michigan First. You don't need
There's enough to go around there. We just need to go to the basement,
Right?
right?
So otherwise, all right, so those are all the October events, and then literally right now we are setting up and decorating for tomorrow's winter artisan market. We have about 24 vendors,
We have 25 vendors.
25 vendors.
Yeah.
We've got
Are they all different? Or is it is it
Yes.
diverse?
Very diverse. I didn't want to have too many of the same vendors. So we may have one or two with similar items, but there's chocolate chip cookies, there's coffee, There's handmade scarves, dresses. There's Christmas tree decorations. There's artists,
There's a cutting board guy, like
charcuterie board
Yeah.
specialist. There's
That's
a
a
guy
popular
who
item.
makes items out of metal. So
Oh, that's cool.
there's a variety of vendors. We'll have one food vendor with chili and cornbread and drinks and snacks, which will be different from the past because I believe that we kind of left it to the vendors, but we didn't have any food vendors. So this time people will be fed.
Unlike today, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, you can
You
get
missed
a
out on
cookie.
the
He doesn't want his. You can have her.
Give her a cookie.
I do not like those snickerdoodles.
It's
No, I
molasses.
like
Molasses.
ginger molasses.
It's good. It's good.
Well, one day I look forward to coming. I'm like, I'm hungry.
So
We
Noted.
add that back into the budget. How's that?
noted. We will feed the mayor at the next DDA meeting.
No.
we'll
We're
feed
feeding the
everybody.
DDA members.
So we didn't
No.
say all of
No.
that.
You came too late to
They
get a
were
cookie?
just fine with the cookies. But
Yeah, exactly. We have to press
No,
it.
they weren't. They just didn't want to
Yeah,
say
we were.
anything. It's quiet. I'm not.
So that's where we're at for committees.
So if I can just interject, Kebab, I believe this is the third year in a row the police department's partnered with that business to, Cador provides us with gift cards in I think either $5, $10 denominations, and we try to reward, through December, we try to reward good driving and give gift cards out. So.
So you
I'll
turn
be
the lights
looking forward
on
to
and
that.
then
I was
people
gonna
leave
say,
the
yeah,
door.
Depending on where we're at or what's going on.
Well, that would be cute.
Here's your
And put it on
ticket
our
for a
Facebook
meal.
page.
Yeah.
Where you think you're getting pulled over and then surprise.
Yeah,
Oh,
we'll
man.
try to get some photographs this year and try to do some social media type stuff.
Yeah,
So-
that's always cute.
Yes. If I could encourage anything, it would be to take photos. And if you don't mind, send them to me because I would like for people to see what everyone is doing.
Yeah.
Just like downstairs, Vanessa is helping out, and I try to take pictures, and she's like, and I was like, if you don't want to be in the picture, that's fine. But if you send a picture of something, I could still tag LVPD. I could tag, whoever provides those photos. It's promotion for everyone.
I'm giving out turkeys Saturday, so I will.
Okay.
If anybody wants a turkey, I don't want to be stuck with 15 turkeys. I got 5 gone so far.
Turkeys. They will get gone.
Do you
Please.
just walk around and hand them to people?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's the criteria?
Well, it's coming down to that.
No.
I asked people on who wanted them to deliver them to their house.
Oh, cool.
Tomorrow, Saturday, or as in tomorrow?
Tomorrow, Saturday, right?
Yeah.
Don't confuse. I'm like, wait a minute.
Well, how about partnering with the senior program?
They're raw turkeys, so if I'm not sure if they would want.
So
If they want it, I mean that's fine.
Because
but
usually it's just them.
Yeah.
Well, if you
Too much turkey.
if you'd like,
Yeah.
you could on your behalf reserve a couple of those, and we give them to maybe the winners of a game that we'll play at the senior luncheon, which is Tuesday. So if you want to reserve a couple of those for the luncheon, we could absolutely.
You're gonna have to.
Because we're gonna have we've already got 30 people.
because they're raw.
reserved.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Right. We have to unload them kind of quickly.
I mean, I'm sure. I'm praying that they're already frozen though.
They should be frozen
They should.
solid.
Right.
Yeah, let's hope. they're
Otherwise, they
frozen.
are going in the freezer here.
The empty freezer here. Yes, please.
How about we connect that to the DDA business? Decorate for the holidays. If they're frozen, you can win a turkey
I'm down.
as the winner, and then take a photograph, send it to you. Then it augments your social media.
Yep, one turkey for the business.
The one thing I was trying to do is for people that were more in need.
Yes,
or having a
obviously.
struggle
Right.
for the holidays.
Right.
Got it.
For sure.
Makes
Okay.
sense.
So
Unless,
would-
of course, I have some.
Would you like for me to make a post in reference to if,
Sure.
if anyone is in need?
That's nice.
Okay.
Sure.
I got you.
And to email me.
Okay. Directly.
Yeah.
You.
Most people are not going to want to let
Okay.
you know if they're in need.
Not publicly. No, I got it. Okay. No problem.
Thank you. Sorry for taking over the meeting.
No, you're fine. It's all good stuff.
do we need a motion to approve the committee reports?
No.
Okay, so then we move on to other business.
All right. So, yep. Thank you. So, included in the packet is my my department report. We've gone over a lot of these. There's not a ton that has changed. We do have a new business, Ambassadors Institute. They are a vocational school that they will be offering training for home health care services, and they are actually targeting the young adults who are aging out of the foster care system that are in need of job skills, and this is a win-win for them. So they just got approval, their special land use approval at council earlier this week, and so they are going to be having a ribbon cutting on the 30th. We would love to have a DDA board there, Mayor. I'm sure we would love to have you there too.
What day
if
is
you
the
are
30th?
available.
How does that fit in with the
That's a
holidays?
Tuesday.
It's a Tuesday, so we're all back.
Yeah, it's Tuesday. It'll be at 10 a.m. I have a call with,
That's early.
The 30th is a Wednesday.
is
It's
it
a
a Wednesday?
Wednesday.
I'm sorry. My days have been all,
I could do Tuesday, I cannot do Wednesday.
I'll have more details, next week. I'm meeting with them on Tuesday. Sorry. To go over some details, and so I'll send out, like I said, more information on that. And then I just wanted to let you all know that so infrastructure project work is done. All the restoration is going to be, any remaining restoration will happen in the spring. I believe I sent an email out doing a little happy dance for the tree planting grant that we got. So that's $4,000. We will be, the city's going to be participating in that match, and to allow us to plant trees throughout the city, not just within the DDA district. And I've already met with one of the residents that I've spoken to in the past about trees. He and I have already met, walked around, and identified, oh my gosh, another 20 or so places in different, or another 20 trees or so that need to be replaced. So I think we're off to a good start. So, any questions?
Are those trees that need to be replaced in the district, or is that more residential?
Yes and no. So I've got about a dozen trees that I identified right off the bat that are in the district that need to be replaced. And then since the city's participating in the match, we found additional locations. Most of those are going to be in the parks, although there's a couple isolated ones in the public right-of-way in front of homes. So,
Who is choosing the trees, the tree varieties?
I have to have a conversation with DTE. I'll probably be doing it with this resident, since he's got a whole wealth of tree knowledge that I do not have. The grant requires that we have a minimum of 5 to 6 species. And there's a short list of trees that we can't use. But otherwise, world is our tree farm, I guess. So
Yeah, for disease, they want that variety for disease.
so-
Does it have to be a certain caliber? So, like price-wise, the
Yes.
smaller, obviously, we can maximize the grant.
They
which would be
have
nice.
to be, they do need to have, I think it's a 2.5-inch caliper, balled and burlapped is what we need. So they estimate, I think we get, I want to say it's $175 per tree is
Oh.
part of their calculation. So,
Okay.
but I'm going to work with people that actually know far more about tree species than I do. So if anyone's interested, please let me know. I'm happy for some additional help in figuring out what would be best. So,
That's cool.
but we'll plant those in the spring. Obviously, we're not planting today. So, any other questions on? that?
Speaking of planting, just a few weeks ago, they were still buttoning up all the landscaping after the road projects, and spraying that green stuff that I presume is
Hydro seed.
seeds. Yeah.
Yep.
How on earth is seed gonna grow in November?
Well, in all likelihood, it probably won't establish very well in November. But that's why we've we know this, and so we've already planned to, if it doesn't grow, contractors will be back out there and they will be
Okay.
reseeding and redoing that restoration work.
All right.
As a complete novice, I understand that seeding in the fall and late fall is an opportune time to do it. It takes a long time to germinate, but
Well-
it should take.
I don't know.
And it
Everything
comes up
I've
in
seen
spring.
is September, October is fine, but after that, it's gonna die.
Well, right, it goes
Cautiously
dormant, but
optimistic.
it'll come up in the spring.
I think so. Okay.
Yeah.
That's the plan, and like I said, if
Fingers
not,
crossed.
this occurred last year too, right? Like late season restoration. We just make a note of it, and
Okay, so if
Watch
anybody
to see what- yeah.
complains, they can let you know.
yeah,
Yeah, all right.
yep, absolutely. Any other questions on that report? All right.
So that brings us to code enforcement.
Code enforcement. So I included the last code enforcement report. This is all the activity from September
Excuse
and
me.
into October. Nothing has been done since Remy went on maternity leave, right? So we are working with McKenna to see what they can provide for code enforcement services. They had previously done it before Rami had been hired. And so, I mean, the position had been posted. We got a few bites, but no one that
So she's going to come back as a police officer,
that
right?
is
Not as
correct.
code
She's
enforcement.
coming back as police. We asked her numerous times if she'd like to reconsider, but she's very much looking forward to going back to the police department and only visiting. So that's the plan, is to move forward with McKenna to at least provide services until if and when a full-time permanent employee can be found. But right now we have not had very good luck, and so we're just coordinating that.
Has there been any interest?
There's been a couple people that have submitted applications, but
Not qualified? or-
not meeting the qualifications. So we continue to look, and I know Sue's been working out some of those timing details with McKenna. So hopefully I'll have an update for you on that next week or next month.
They're gonna start the week right after Thanksgiving, so they'll start week of the 28th,
There you go.
providing 3 days a week.
Are we competitive with other local munis on what we're looking for?
We are, but code enforcement is not a sexy position, so it's very hard to find people to fill that position.
All right.
Any other discussion about code enforcement? Takes us to old business.
And we have none, so we can skip that.
Takes us to new business.
All right, new business. So, I know you all have heard my excitement about the road commission saying yes to the hawk signal. Yay! So, myself, the city engineer, met with representatives from the road commission, as well as Hubble, Roth, and Clark, and they are a MDOT pre-qualified traffic engineering. They're approved by MDOT and RCOC, right? So we met on site to figure out where's the best location. It is going to be essentially right in front of DXL, and that is because there's no additional driveways right there. We only have the intersections that are right there to contend with. So this is really an ideal location to get us through this process. The road commission has said we need to get that MDOT pre-qualified contractor to do all of the design work, do some of that initial research to get it submitted. So our engineer Scott asked HRC to submit that proposal. And they've done a lot of work on behalf of Giffords on the traffic side of things, since Giffords is not, that's not their bread and butter. So what you have here before you is a proposal from HRC for $19,200, and this will get these design engineering services done for us, so that we can then put this project out to bid and start moving forward. So I just need a motion to accept the proposal and for this amount, and so we can get this project started.
I'd just say that with a body like this, DXL is my favorite store in the neighborhood, so I think it's an ideal location
He'll be
for
hitting that hawk signal.
So, is there a motion?
Motion to approve expending $19,200 to have them do all the planning for the Hawk Signal.
I'll second that.
Motion's board. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Awesome. Thank you. I will get that done. And moving on to our alley and approach recommendation. So you may recall last year, oh, I guess maybe it was even at the beginning of this year, we met with the city's engineer again, and to plot out kind of our 3 to 5 year plan for making these alleyways and improvements. We came in way under budget for this year's work. So, you know, we've managed to get, we had a full alley this year, plus another 6 approaches that were done this year. We had budgeted 155 and some change, and we came in at like 106. I also anticipate that we're going to get reimbursed just under $17,000 for one of those. That was the business owner that was intending to do that. So
Who is the contractor? And can we hire them again?
that was ASI did it. So they're the same paving contractor
Yeah.
that's been doing the city's roads. Whatever work the board chooses to move forward with for next year, our work will be wrapped into the bid specs for the city's work for next year too. So it'll be the same contractor. Maybe it'll be ASI, maybe it'll be someone else. We'll find out. But so the EV committee did talk again with Scott Ringler about the work that we've previously done. We talked about the work that was proposed for 2023, and I know we had originally said we wanted to keep it around $200,000 per year, but knowing that we came in so far under budget, the EV committee felt it was good to carry forward that momentum and take on a little bit more. So next year's proposal is to do 2 complete alleys between Avila and it's not Wiltshire. Villa, Wiltshire, in the block south.
Oh,
I'm blanking.
Redwood?
Redwood.
Yeah,
Yes, thank
Redwood.
you. So basically, redo the alleys and the approaches between Redwood and Avila. That way, we're not. The goal is really to get as much work done in 2023, so we are out of the way when Road Commission comes in 2024 to do their improvements to Southfield Road. So.
But wasn't it also that by doing the complete alleyway, we wouldn't damage the approaches
Right.
that we just repaired? And
Yes.
so-
Yep. And so that's the proposal, is to do those 2 complete alleys and approaches, as well as 2 additional approaches over on this side of the street. So, so that comes out to approximately $258,511. So,
Is there any discussion?
Who estimated the 155,624?
that was the engineer's estimate.
And they're providing the same estimate?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. And then we did have some serious discussion last year about just doing it all at once. We decided to go more and chunk it out. So
Yes.
Yes.
just for some that may or may not have been here, but That's it. I just wondered. So there's a possibility it could be less anyhow. So.
Yes. Yep. There's a possibility it could be less. And actually, it's been less the last two, like this year, and then last year's work was also, both came in less than what we had originally.
Is that because they don't
anticipated.
understand what's underneath it until they take it up and then put it back down? So.
In
Yeah.
part, I mean, we found that some of it is the subsurface is in a lot better condition than we anticipated, and that's really worked out in our benefit, right? So,
Great.
so yeah, so we'll just need a motion to adopt this alien approach recommendation.
I'll be
Oh,
happy to
yeah.
make that motion, but in 1 second.
Yeah.
Now, would that wrap up our proposed alley work?
No, right now we have it plotted out for 24 and a little into 25. And we'll revisit these each year, right, as we get closer to the project year, so we can really have a better understanding of, hey, what needs to get done and what are the costs associated with it. We're a little bit lighter on the 2024 work in terms of quantity, but it's still a higher estimate. I think it's going to end up closer to 300,000, but
Okay.
we should be done 2025. I think is as far out as we planned. We can continue it as long as we want until we're completed, or whatever. But
Is the later work is the focus more on what can be repaired versus totally needing to be replaced? Early
that
stages
was more the focus for this year and last year. And as we've talked about it with Scott, it's all done with those PACER ratings, whatever the heck PACER stands for, but it's, the conditions, the road conditions, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4 are really crummy. 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, 5, 6, 7 are decent, and then 8, 9, and 10s are just like the day it was done, and then it's never a 10 again, right? So, so the focus has been those kind of 5, 6s, 5, 6, 7s this year and last year, and then next year we're going for the really really rough ones.
The theory is if you wait, then cost goes up exponentially as it continues to deteriorate.
Yes.
So.
Yep. So.
Yeah, roads don't improve over time, so unfortunately. All right, I would be happy to make the motion to adopt the 2023 DDA Alien Approach recommendation.
Wonderful.
Is there support?
Or don't we need a second?
Yeah, that supports.
Oh,
All in favor?
Aye.
aye.
All right. Awesome. Thank you.
That brings us to public comment. I don't see any public.
Right there.
The dog.
Oh, yeah.
The dog is our public today.
He's
He looks
He's
uninterested.
cool.
So, we need a motion to adjourn.
That's interesting.
I'll make a
So-
motion.
Mary can have her cookie.
Support.
All in favor?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right,
Opposed, same
awesome.
sign. Motion carries.